For shit, I mean, Killer Custard Strawberry is okay, in Salt Nick version, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of this stuff is just like I don't taste anything. You know what I mean? I just don't taste shit.
Oh, I believe it.
The only Salt Nick line that I was like top to bottom, the entire line was good, was Basics. Basics made a Salt Nick version of their Basics line, or Glass made a Salt Nick
Yeah.
Basics line. Fucking terrific. Absolutely terrific.
I heard that one was good.
Really good. Absolutely fantastic. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Overdose Tapes. This is Travis, and this is Obese Mode Live number 115, I think. And we got Tyler.
Yo, what up, Tyler?
What's going on?
AKA AEV. And we got my man Daytime Frank in the house. And we're just talking shit and swallowing spit. Hope everybody's doing good. Happy Sunday. Back to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fucking sucks.
Yeah, I killed myself last week, and then I had to little R&R. Went to my buddy's camper at the lake last night, and we hung out and took a ride around the golf cart, checked the whole place out. And then today we took the pontoon out and chilled out on the water all day.
Nice.
About an hour and 15-minute drive from here, so not far.
You look like you were on a pontoon all day.
Yeah, a little dark.
Little sunburn.
Yeah, a little bit, not too bad.
Hey, now VSO flavors, you be nice. That might not be all I'm swallowing. I don't know.
$20 is $20.
What you got on it, my friend? What you got on it? Shane Smith is going on, though. He's in Berlin.
Yeah, Berlin, Germany. Yep.
So shit.
Huh.
But yeah, how's everybody doing? What's everybody vaping on? What you guys vaping on?
Oh, let's see. I got typical setup Citadel with the top side, and in here I have Sad Boys butter cookie, which is a lemon cookie. I have like their old bottle. That's why they were giving them away, because they changed their package design. So they gave me 100 mils of that, and I've been killing it. It's good.
Yeah, that lemon butter cookie is really good.
And then I have the collab with the drop on top with a 0.0 none of your business build on here.
It's a blast pass.
And in here I have Sour House. It's a sour watermelon.
Wow.
I can't even read who it's by, and it doesn't really say it anywhere. I mean, even with magnifying glasses, it really doesn't say a whole hell of a lot.
Is it really sour?
No, no one's been able to make a sour. It's basically, I could pretty much pick it apart real easily. It's probably two flavors. It's probably Wonder flavor, sour watermelon candy, and super sweet.
Yeah, I've been trying to find a e-juice that's actually sour, but I can't.
You're not going to. There's basically is no such thing. If someone can do it, they'll actually be able to still make money in this business.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Somehow they can claim that they came up with it before August 8th.
Good luck. Just do it, I guess, is the only way we're doing it in the industry right now. The thing about sour is that actually activates things on your tongue, and so it's not just a flavor, per se. It's like more of like a feeling. So
yeah,
like spicy. I mean, I guess they could do spicy.
Yeah,
just put some fucking pepper extract in that shit.
Ask John Carlo. He's the king of savory flavors. If he can come up with pizza, he can come up with spicy.
Oh, yeah, he could do it. He could do it, no doubt.
Well, Fresh tried that time and about killed himself on the air when him and Brian were still going together. He did like a chili thing. I told him to just put a bunch of AP in it and have like chili cheese Fritos, and he would have been fine. But then he tried throwing onion and some stuff in there, and it did not turn out well. No. It's the only time I've ever seen Fresh kind of turn green.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I've had some really bad fucking flavors over the years, but nothing that made me physically feel like I was gonna vomit, except for one, and that was the fucking Marlboro flavor. Well, it was Lucky Strike flavor. And it was radically close to the actual flavor, so it was really
harsh, like filterless, or
it wasn't that it was harsh. It was just that it tasted exactly like a cigarette and smelled exactly like a cigarette. So at first, I mean, this is 2015. The review of it,
Mm-hmm.
and at first I was kind of like, "Wow, this is amazing that they got this so fucking close to a cigarette." Because I was like, "Man, if somebody really wanted a cigarette vape, here it is."
Yeah, yeah.
And but then I was like I don't know, just as soon as the smell kind of fell back onto me, I was just like, "Ooh, that's fucking disgusting." my whole house smelled like cigarettes for like fucking days after this.
That's horrible. I
It's
can't
so
stand the
gross.
smell of cigarettes, man.
No,
It's
me neither.
gross.
Me neither. And yeah, and for days after that, I was just walking around going like, "Oh, God, fucking Jesus Christ!" It's called Lucky Star. Is the name of the e-liquid. I can't remember the company, but all their e-liquids had like a planet. It was like a universe theme, kind of planetary theme thing. And Lucky Star, man, that shit was fucking whack. Nobody wants a cigarette flavored e-liquid. I'm gonna answer that question for you right now. No.
Shane saying his sour will make me pucker.
He's gonna hit you. I believe it. That man has some fucking.
He has talent. He has big talent.
He got some tricks up his sleeve.
Heck yeah! I mean, I have all this fruit naturally extracted flavors. The grape and the blueberry is like one of the best blueberries out there.
Strawberry, I think it's
his strawberry is so underrated. I mean, that is amazing strawberry.
one of my favorite strawberries.
I put up against any strawberry out there.
Absolutely.
The grape is another one. It's a sleeper. A lot of people think, "Oh, grape, it's going to taste like shit." No, it's good.
The thing is, we have developed our whole flavor palette around grape. Like we don't fuck with grape, we don't fuck with cherry. So even if someone was to come up with good versions of those, people are so used to not vaping it. They're like, I don't fuck with grape. I don't fuck with cherry. I don't fuck with whatever, cigarettes.
Grape is hard. Grape is hard to work with too, to get it right, because there's not many good grape concentrates out there that are forgiving enough that you can, you can work with them and not just like make things taste weird.
And I mean, at this point, because we have built our whole industry around not using those flavors, I don't even know what you would use with a grape candy. That's like
I tried doing a grape jam. I tried like a peanut butter and like a Concord grape jam.
I've actually had a good grape jam before.
What cool, Shane. I wasn't going to ask.
What the fuck was the name of that fucking jam? It came in little bottles that looked like jam bottles.
I don't know. Is that the only
talking
jam
about an e-juice?
Yeah. And it was grape, and it tasted exactly like grape jam, and it was kind of limited for that reason. But it was grape jam, and I remember at the time even I was thinking like, oh, that's an oddity because it's between that we see good fucking grapes and stuff.
I mean, I have one here when did I mix this? Over a month ago, and I don't know. I have to see how it's steeped out. And this one's a peanut butter and grape jam cookie.
Ooh.
Instead, you can go because there's not really that many good bread flavors out there. I tried throwing like pain grill, which is like a toast and starch base that one, and it tasted like ass. So this one, I decided to use like a shortbread cookie.
Didn't fucking Jam Monster do a peanut butter or a toast with grape jam, or was it blackberry?
That's what their regular juices are. They're supposed to be butter, jam, and toast.
Yeah,
I can't remember. Did they do like a blackberry jam, or was it a
yeah? They did a blackberry, blueberry, strawberry.
Yeah,
and apple too.
Even they're not crazy enough to fuck with grape.
Yeah, Zesty does a good cherry Kool-Aid because Zesty, anybody wants in the DIY side want to do a very sweet candy vapes without loading it up with sweetener. Go check out Zesty's recipes. He's like the master when it comes to that.
When I'm not even saying like, and I've never said this, that I don't think it's impossible to have good flavors that involve cherry or grape or any of those other troublesome peach. It's not impossible. It's just it's rare. It's few and far between that we come up with good flavors that involve any of that shit. So, Sin, what's going on, girl? Redneck Vapor, what's happening? Who else we got over here? Randall Hayes is in the house. What's going on, brother? Fix It Danner, what's going on? We were talking about. I don't know if you fuck with Salt Nick, Tyler.
No, I never have.
Never have.
Nope.
We were just talking about how most salt nic flavors kind of fall short. Just like
That's what I've heard.
yeah, just in general. Um, and it's kind of funny because I remember like back in the day there was like people would be like, oh, I'm a flavor chaser, or people would be like, oh, I'm a cloud chaser.
Yeah.
And now it's just I don't give a fuck about either one of those things. I just want
Yeah.
a shit ton of nicotine. So
Yeah. I'm good with my 3 milligram, man.
Yeah, you know what's funny is that I've been doing a lot of salt nic stuff, and what I've discovered that I really like about it the most is not the nicotine. It's definitely not the flavor. It is not clouding my house out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like at night, like if I'm laying on the couch or something with the old lady or something, you know, and watching a movie, if I take 2 fucking hits off of my mech mod, there's a fucking cloud of smoke sitting in the fucking house.
Yep.
20 minutes. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And I can take 1 puff off of this, hold it in for 3 seconds, and there's nothing. And so
Yeah.
I don't know, out of
Yes.
convenience.
As like my buddy I mixed this bottle for, you know, he tried it. You know, he's a pack a day smoker. He was smoking Marlboro Ultralights. So what they call them now, the white ones or whatever, you know, it's the ultralight. And he tried a Joel and it choked him out. He didn't like it. So he went back to cigarettes, and I told him, I was like, get an Orion Q. Fill the pods are refillable. He said, and I'll make you up some juice. And I asked, I guess he bought some at a local shop over. He doesn't live far from here. And I asked him, I said, well, what milligram level you starting out at? He said 3. And I'm thinking,
No way.
and well, with the ultralights,
Yeah.
this is marked a 3, but I made it a little heavy-handed on the 3, and we'll see how he likes it. It's more like a 4.5.
That's good.
I was going to
Yeah.
make him a 3 and a 6, and if the 6 was going to be too strong, I was going to tell him that I was going to give him an empty bottle, have him go 50-50 with it, and
Yeah.
make it a 4.5.
Yeah.
But I figured I'll just do it for him, and if you think if that satisfies him, then I'll just keep making him 3s.
Yeah, you know, the thing about even an ultralight cigarette is still going to be putting off considerable amounts of nicotine. So
Yeah. And this guy, he's had so many health issues that he shouldn't be smoking to begin with.
yeah.
It was something like he's back and forth. He like quit for a few years, and then life happened, and he got stressed, and he went back to him, and he was out of work for a while. He actually had a blood disorder that he can't eat like green vegetables and stuff because it thickens his blood and clots it.
Yep.
Damn.
I've heard about that shit before. Yeah, that's
That's
fucking
shitty.
He was telling me that they did a procedure on him that you can only have done once in your lifetime.
wow.
So because
That's
he
it.
almost
Now or never.
yeah, he almost died in the truck going to a dealership. He had how many strokes did they say he had? Like a 5-mile stretch, like 12.
Damn.
Holy shit.
That's
Yeah.
fucked up, dude. That's fucked up.
Yeah, somehow he didn't crash the truck.
Yeah, I definitely would not be smoking after that.
Yeah, you
Right.
see,
But
I don't even think he was smoking then.
people say that shit though. Anyways, like
yeah.
my dad had fucking cancer, had one of his kidneys removed. I fucking saw him the other day, and that motherfucker was smoking a fucking or a Camel. So
Damn.
it's like,
Yeah.
and I rag on him, but it's like at a certain point, it's like, dude, people have to get there on their own time, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's hard.
we just lost a family friend yesterday morning. She was older. She was about 70. And she started having dementia and stuff like that at a younger age. I mean, she was like 60 and doing coke because she thought she was like 30 again.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
God bless.
Oh yeah, she was not. God rest her soul. And she developed a cancer, and I'm not even sure what she had, but it took her quicker than shit. Because by the time they diagnosed it, she was already stage 4, and they said it was going to be a couple of months, and she did not make it a week.
Wow.
Damn.
You know, I think a lot of times, this is just me being fucking crazy, but I think a lot of times once you find out
Yeah.
you got cancer, here's your fucking end date, your
Yeah.
body just goes, nope, done.
Yeah. Fuck you. I'm gonna beat the clock.
Yeah.
It's like racing against the GPS. Oh, you're gonna be there at 7:20. Oh, I'm gonna be there at 7:10, motherfucker.
So a couple of things in the chat. Sin said peach is easier than cherry or grape by a country mile. Peach is doable. You know, like anyone can do a good peach if you try. But I think with a cherry or grape, it takes some real talent to make something that's cherry or grape that's doable. And then Princess said that her friend's vape with their kids in the house and they switch to salts. Yeah, not hotboxing the house with kids, I think is probably you know. I used to vape in the house with my son and I always and my pets, and I always felt kind of like, is this going to be like 20 years from now, like when like because I grew up in a house with people smoking around me.
Yeah, me too.
And so
my walls were brown.
Yeah. And I remember I used to get made fun of at school because I would come to school and I would smell like cigarettes.
Yeah.
And so I remember thinking like there would be those thoughts like, am I doing the same thing to my kids and my pets that happened to me?
Yeah.
We just at that, especially like back then when I first started vaping, we didn't know shit about vaping. It was a totally unknown fucking quantity. Like we knew we felt better from fucking vaping instead of smoking, but there was like no like what's his name, Dr. fucking Farsalino hadn't done his shit yet. There was none of those kind of studies, you know what I'm saying? So but yeah, I have an aunt. I'm not, well, maybe, okay, I'll have to wait and say that. I have a family member. I've already fucking let it out of the bag. I have a family member who's in her 70s, and she still does some crazy shit. Like, and she doesn't have fucking dementia, but she still does some crazy partying and stuff. So you're only as young as you feel, I guess. You know what
That's
I mean?
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Vaping in the house. It's a weird thing. I don't feel too bad now because my son's not living here. I will every once in a while, like my cat will look up at a cloud, like a low cloud or something, and my cat will like follow it. I'm like, oh, I feel kind of bad.
Yeah, my dog will cloud chase sometimes.
Oh man, yeah, it's tough, man. You know what?
The dragon's still alive and he's up here, so.
Yeah, everyone's. What got me started with the whole idea of that, of like not clouding out the house, is I was in and out of the hospital. Was it 6 months ago, a year ago, whatever? I kept getting fucking put in the hospital because of my leg, and I would take my pod with me to the hospital because they won't let you go in and out of the fucking hospital. At least they wouldn't let me, and so I was just be in the fucking hospital.
Yeah.
Blow little fucking tiny fucking micro clouds. And then when I got home, because I was in the hospital so much that when I got home, I just kind of kept doing that. And it's nice. It's nice not having giant fucking wafting clouds in this little ass apartment. So, but still not a good reason to fucking switch over to fucking Salt Nick.
No.
So I am vaping on. I have a couple of good things here. I got Uncle Junk's Junkyard Scotch.
I've been wanting to try some Uncle Junk's juice.
This is delicious. This is the only one worth trying. Well, John Wayne is really good too if you like tobacco.
What's that one?
Is
that a banana flavor?
This is banana, butterscotch, some other shit. It's really good. It's really, really good. The banana is really light in it. It's mostly like a butterscotch kind of dessert-y liquid. You know what it tastes like? Bananas Foster. You ever have Bananas Foster?
Oh yeah.
So that's exactly what this tastes like. It's good.
Yeah, I created a Bananas Foster from the ground up instead of just buying the flavoring. And they made a Bananas Foster cheesecake. After about 3 weeks steep, everything all comes together, and oh, dude,
that's the bomb.
I might have to mix that again. I haven't mixed that in almost a year.
That's the bomb.com. And I have that on the what did fucking Matt say? The Aeolus Light with the Sandman. And then I have Steeped Quick Shake. This is good shit, man. If you haven't, again, I said this last week, but I'm going to repeat it. If you haven't had a chance to try Steeped Quick Shake or Shake Your Berry if you like raspberry, this shit is unreal, man. It is a, what do they call it here? It is a sweet custard cream biscuit, meaning cookie because they're from the UK. Yeah. Sweet custard cream biscuit with creamy strawberry milkshake. Absolutely one of a kind. Never had anything like this before. And the cool thing about these guys is in their ingredients list, not only do they list like VG, PG, they list individual flavorings as well. Strawberry, cream, cookie, vanilla, sweetener. This is a good company, man.
Yeah.
I'm not into all their flavors. So a lot of their flavors, to me, taste very European. Yeah. And they have shit called like pink mist, and I'm just not into it. But this one flavor, and then also Shake Your Berry, which is based on this base, fucking unreal. And there's nothing like it on the market at all except right here. So love it. Absolutely terrific. Got it in the Panther on my old school minigun. and got a drip tip from Trinity Glass Hardware.
Nice.
Just matching. Got to get that blue going. And and then Steep, they also made like this S1 Quick Kit, which is like what I have vape salt nick out of. And then they have like a bigger version, which is like a sub-ohm kit that I use. I like it a lot. They're a good company. They're really cool people. Quick shake. It's what's for dinner. And then I have some in the avocado on the Mage V2. I have some shit that I mixed up. It's like a strawberry custard. It's finally starting. Last week I was not happy with it, but after steeping a little bit longer, it has some of the notes because it's some of the same flavors that I use for White Girl. I just didn't have all the same. I didn't have everything for White Girl, so I just mixed what I could. And it has some of the same notes. It's got some of those plummy notes going on that I like a lot. So vaping that in here. What do we have? I stole this from Panda, so I can't really say what it is. What is it? She's not here. Oh, it's the Gorilla Custard, strawberry Gorilla Custard. Really good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm not huge on their regular custard or their tobacco custard or their banana custard, but the strawberry one is really good. So
The original's not too good, huh?
I don't know. It just didn't. It wasn't like special enough that I would switch from a different custard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's so many good vanilla custards on the market that's a really tough market to break into.
Yeah.
I mean, they had to do it because it's like that's their Gorilla Custard, so they're gonna have to make a custard. But I don't know, man. Emergency Vape Stash's vanilla custard is kind of a tough act to follow. So yeah. I remember being so fucking shocked when they sent me that shit for a review and I tried it. I remember thinking just like, I can't believe.
I know, right?
No one has done something this good before.
It's unreal.
It's unreal. And it's a good fucking price, man. Good fucking price.
I found a place online and found it for $15 a bottle.
Yep. For like what? For 120.
Yep.
Yep.
So I get the strawberry vanilla custard, and then I get the original vanilla custard for like $36.
That's what's up. I haven't tried the strawberry one yet. I'm gonna try it. So we got DIY down under in the chat. What's going on? Hello, my dear. And then Church says he likes the banana. I will say this: I haven't like really gone in on the banana, so I have to check it out. I tried it a little bit, but I haven't really dug deep. And then thanks to our pal Tyler ADV, I got the TVL mod here with the dead rabbit looking real dirty.
You liking that thing?
I love it. Yeah, it's great.
It's a solid mod.
It is literally solid. Like I could hurt somebody with this.
Well, that's like this freaking monster TVL.
Yeah.
I can kill somebody with this thing.
That's a beautiful mod.
Yeah. I tried to weigh it because I saw Ambitions did he weighed it on his my scale, my mixing scale doesn't go high enough.
Yeah,
it just said like overload or something on it. I think it goes up to like 500 grams, and this thing is probably like 700 grams or something. It's literally like almost 2 pounds.
It's probably close to 2 pounds. Yeah. My homeboy has one, and I was messing around with it. I was like, yeah, it's probably about 2 pounds. It's fun to see you with the drop on there because you don't see people fuck with the drop very much anymore. So.
Well, it's because the build I had, the coils that came with the Doc RDA that looks beautiful on here, yeah, they match up perfectly. They're Canthal coils, and they just don't ramp up worth of shit.
Yeah.
It's great if you throw it on a regulated device and crank it up to like 130, 140 watts. It's like a 0.12, and at least you'll get them, a quicker fire. But like I said, these are a 0.0, none your business. So these and they're stainless steel. So these boom. I mean, I can't even take a really, really hard hit because it'll choke me out. Good. And that's what I wanted. I'm like, fuck, I got twin 30Ts in here. I better hit.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, there is a little sag because they do have wires going from the switch to the 510.
You know what you do for that? You just build coils that you're not comfortable telling people how low they are.
Yeah, that's what I used to do.
And then you melt the wires.
And then you melt the wire. Like that's happened to me at least. Yeah, I love that we are at a space now where 0.12 seems like really high.
Yeah,
that's a really fucking high ohm build, man. Like,
no, if I'm down like single coil, 0.12 is perfect.
Yeah, I mean it depends. It depends on the device for sure. If it's unregulated,
like something tiny, 0.12 in this,
Yeah, if you got regulated going on,
Yeah.
then you're all good. So yeah. So Tups24 said Batman finally released his new e-juice line with E&B.
Mm-hmm.
E&B. Same people released Gorilla Custard. And all 7 flavors sound good. They better, because Batman knows what the fuck he's talking about. So if he didn't release a line that's just wall-to-wall bangers, I'll be very disappointed. So
Yeah, I
I
heard
was
the
kind
coffee
of
one is to
hoping
die
I'd get
for.
an email from E&B for that, but
I had never even heard of E&B before they fucking reached out to me about this Gorilla Custard shit. So maybe if I bang out those reviews quick enough, I'll fucking get my hands on the Batman line. It's just the industry. How they're getting away with it, I mean, again, who knows, right? Maybe they just had SKUs already purchased. I don't know. But I'm glad to see more products being released onto the market, because I feel like right now we're at a place where it's, as an e-liquid reviewer, we're at a really fucking low point where it's like, what am I going to review? You know what I mean? Because there's a serious drought on new products coming out.
yeah, and then over the next 10 months, as far as stuff here, forget about it. It's going to be like that.
Yeah.
Unless companies are going to trying to hit it and quit it, and make as much money as they can until the FDA sends them a letter, and then they're going to bail out.
Which is a scary fucking place to be.
Yeah.
I think it's finally starting to hit home to people that we are in a fucking seriously bad situation.
Yeah. I mean, what a lot of companies are probably going to do is just switch over to selling CBD liquid because it's not being regulated yet.
Which is fucking crazy. It will be eventually, of course. But you're right, and that sucks, because, man, like CBD is great and all, but like that's not what I want, man. I want. So
yeah, it's like all my wife's friends. They're all because I mixed some for her, and they grab her devices all day long at work, and they're just pounding them, fairly drying them out, and then she's got to refill them. She's getting pissed, and they're like, "Oh, can your husband make me some? Can you make me some?" So I went and bought 4 grams of CBD, and I'm like, "All right, I'm going to mix it up, but here's what it's going to cost you. I ain't doing it for free, not for you people."
Fuck no. Yeah, no, CBD is great, and I mean, it would be a shame if that's the way the market went, because YouTube has already said no to CBD.
Mm-hmm.
So we couldn't really fuck with it.
Josh Vaperz is about to lose his channel over it.
Yeah. Did he lose his channel?
He got another strike. He's like one more strike and he's out.
He's a good kid. I like that guy, man.
Yeah, I've hung out with him a couple of times. He's good.
He's an interesting individual.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like, hey, and I could have told him that was going to happen. Fuck, I got a community guideline strike.
Yeah.
Off of doing a fucking review for fucking stupid CBD liquid.
His first strike came because he still had links in his description, and they told him about it. And it kind of got it wasn't necessarily a strike. It was more of a slap on the wrist, like, hey, change it, and it's all good. And then he started going heavy with the CBD, and I'm like, I even told him, dude, it's not going to end well for you. Oh no, it'll be okay. All right, don't listen to me.
And some people think, even like, I remember I was talking to somebody who I think lost their channel. I'm not going to name any names, but they kept saying to me, like, well, I'm not partnered with YouTube, and I don't get ad revenue or anything, so it doesn't matter.
No, that don't matter.
I'm like, dude, that's not how they look at this shit.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck, man. It's an algorithm. It's not a person sitting there going, oh, well, that's very reasonable, and I'll accept your argument. It's a fucking computer that just sees certain words and shit. And beyond that, the scary thing is the YouTube algorithm watches video. It'll watch the first fucking 5 minutes of your video and say, oh, this person is doing things that I have been trained to fucking target.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So, CBD is out, as far as YouTube's concerned, at least. And
it's funny. I just saw a YouTube notification come across my phone for a CBD review.
Some people get away with it for a long period of time, man. But like eventually, like the thing is, sometimes I think YouTube gives you enough rope to hang yourself. Yeah. So they'll let you fucking put out like 10, fucking 12 CBD reviews, and then they'll give you community guideline strikes on all of them. And it's like, how do you fight that? You know what I mean? So it's a really dangerous situation that we're all in, and vaping. I think that we're all still able to get our favorites. We're all still able to vape. And so right now, everything feels like, oh, everything's still all good. But all you have to do is like look at the YouTube space, like look at the conversations that are being had by people in the industry, and you can tell that we're really on the precipice of a major shift. Either like the end of the industry as we know it, and I don't even think I'm being fucking dramatic when I say that, or a serious shift in the way that the products are being fucking handled. And so I don't know. I'm really scared about the whole thing. I was saying this at the beginning of the year. I think that this will probably be this will probably be the last year that on YouTube is a thing. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to say. I mean, like I said, they've targeted vaping. We're targets. We know it. So just gotta try to get through it. But we're targeted everywhere, so it's not just YouTube.
Yeah, no, for sure, 100%. It's not just YouTube. That's for sure, man.
No, it's like there's actually going to be a rally in Washington coming up. We don't have a date yet. Through the Vaping Legion, they're putting it together, and what they want is that day that they do the rally, they want every vape shop in the country to close that day.
Well, hopefully people can unite, man.
Hopefully, I mean, if not, if they can't unite on this, that's going to be the fate of their business. Then forget it. It's all over.
We had a state rally in Sacramento here in California that was based around like, hey, if you own a shop, for like people who are in the industry, and the turnout was
shit,
total shit, and that's pretty sad. Like I've been saying this for a long time. Vaping, when it was at its heyday, which is sad to say is probably behind us, it was the Wild West. And whenever you have that kind of mentality, that kind of business, you get a lot of opportunists who just be like unregulated money. And so they come in, they fucking wreak havoc on the industry. And then if shit goes belly up, they just move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Which will probably be CBD. They'll just be like, okay, well, vaping is done. I'll start doing CBD shit.
Oh, I'm seeing shops here that the one I actually thought did close, but no, they just took over. They have their space. That's the vape shop. And then they took over the space next door to them, and that is their hemp dispensary with the same name.
The hemp dispensary.
Basically, it's all CBD and terpenes and everything else. It's like,
you guys don't have legal pot yet, huh?
No.
It's kind of a West Coast thing, I think, still mostly.
Yeah.
I think New York's getting ready to go legal with it. I know Illinois is getting ready to go, I think, first of the year. New York's talking about it. Massachusetts is already there.
If we can work our way, like it's always on the coast. Shit always starts on the coast. So if we can get New York, work towards the middle, which will always be like the last holdout will be like the Midwest,
Well, look at Alabama. They still don't even have lottery.
Oh, I know.
What?
Come on.
Yeah, they're so backward. They have blue laws there where there's a lot of counties that are dry.
Yep. When I was in Texas, I was amazed. I remember I was 15 and I went to Texas to visit family. I stayed there for like a month. And I've been to Texas a few different times. And it always amazes me. Texas has dry counties. I got a lot of dry counties. Like the county that my cousin lived in, we had to drive fucking luckily the counties aren't as big as fucking, or at least she was near a fucking border to another county. We had to drive like a half an hour, 45 minutes just to get fucking rolling papers and fucking beer.
Yeah.
And it was funny because she could go down the street and buy a fucking quarter pound of Mexican pot, straight from the border and shit for like $10. But then we would have to drive 45 minutes to go buy a fucking $5 pack of rolling papers. So, and even then, the only rolling papers that this store had were novelty zigzags. They were like this fucking big.
Oh, Jesus.
Which was fine for my 15. No, hell no. For my 15-year-old ass, I was like, let's roll it up. But it's just crazy. It's just the world is so backwards, let people, like, especially think conservatives, which a lot of these Midwest states and southern states, very conservative. They skew very conservative. And conservative values are like, get big government out of my fucking business. Let me do whatever the fuck I want, And these crazy fucking strict drug laws just seem to like go totally anti to that whole philosophy. So
Yeah.
I never understood it. You know, like if somebody wants to smoke some grass, let them smoke some fucking grass, man. Like who gives a fuck, dude?
Yeah, they're not gonna go out and shoot anybody.
No.
The
If
last
anything, they're
person-
gonna sit on their couch.
The worst thing they might do if they're really broke is maybe shoplift some of your Cheetos.
they're gonna slaughter some Twinkies, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're actually really good for the economy because not only are they putting money into the black market, but they're also going to be buying a lot of snack food, which is good.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like places like Colorado and Las Vegas and stuff like that. You know, they're getting tax revenue from it, and
Yep.
Washington, and you know,
they're making it still really hard around here locally, which I'm sure I think it's the same in Colorado. I remember reading about this in Colorado at least. I got buddies that are in. You know, I grew up in the industry, the marijuana industry, because everyone where I lived did.
Mhm.
And so I have buddies who are like legal, legit. They spent like the $30,000 it costs to get legal, and they can't put their money in a fucking bank because the banks are federally insured, and the federal government says no fucking drug money, and so they're having to find all these crazy like workarounds to not have a dangerous amount of money sitting in their fucking house. Because people get robbed, man, like all the time.
They need to launder it so you can get it into the bank.
Either that, which is, I mean, that's illegal. And so it's like, okay, we're trying to get away from being illegal. There's no reason people have to go fucking pay this 30 grand to become legal. They already have fucking people they can sell it to. They're trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And they're being punished for it. And so the shitty thing is people are either having to launder money or luckily we have a couple of local credit unions that are not federally insured. And so
Yeah, they'll hook them up. Yeah.
so they say, you know, bring us your money. We'll give you a good interest rate on it because they want the money.
Oh yeah.
But then there's also that risk of, because it's not federally insured, shit could happen. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that credit union goes belly up, you're shit out of luck.
You're shit out of luck. Yeah, absolutely. And I think for some of these guys who have a lot of bread, like talking like giant amounts of money, I think they have something worked out with the credit unions. Like, you got to give me a heads up if shit's going to go fucking sideways. I got to get a chance to get like at least X amount of my money out of this institution, 70%, 60%, whatever, you know. Crazy. Yeah, because we just had a fucking, we have like home invasion robberies all the time. And we're a fucking tiny ass little fucking country fucking village, you know what I mean? And every week we have home invasion robberies because people come from big cities and they see, you know, like, hey, there's this guy. Not only does this guy have 30 pounds of fucking processed marijuana in his house that I can get fucking $4,000 a pound for where I'm from, but he also has $65,000 in cash in his fucking refrigerator. So, boom, bam, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, Church saying everybody's talking about the fucking rolling paper still. So Cheech and Chong's album came with a fucking giant rolling paper, and when I was growing up, man, my dad had a pretty extensive record collection, and he had that Cheech and Chong record, and I remember stealing that fucking rolling paper out of it to roll a joint. He was so fucking mad. Oh my god, I've never seen him so fucking mad in my life. He's like, I had that fucking thing for 30 years, never fucking used it, and you fucking get in there and fucking roll your stupid joint. Awesome. I also, my dad had a fucking some kind of collector's bottle of Crown Royal. And it was some like expensive bottle of Crown Royal, right? And I remember I drank that fucking thing and I left like this much in it, and I put like apple juice and shit in it. And then one night he fucking had some broad over, and he's just like, I would drink this fucking this Crown Royal and shit, like trying to be a baller. And he pours it, and she's just like, "That's apple juice." And I'm like, I gotta go. I didn't come back for like 3 days.
That's funny.
Who doesn't do that kind of shit when they're
Yeah, we've done that before, except with like vodka and put water back in the
I've
bottle.
had bottles of vodka in the freezer and go in there and you're like, wait, it's frozen. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Kids need to be a little bit smarter than that. You know? Oh shit. Yeah.
They thought it was funny. It's like, no, it wasn't.
I got like a half a bottle of vodka in my freezer. I've had it in there forever. And every time my son comes over, he'll open the freezer and he'll go, Here's that bottle of vodka. I'm like, what? Are you fucking jealous or something, you little prick?
I still have a bottle of Jameson in mine that's never been opened. It's like 3 years old.
Just gets better with age, my friend. So, VSO says it's the dude was. I think it was Cheech and Chong had one too, though. I could swear it was a Cheech and Chong album, man.
Yeah, they did because my dad had it too.
Yeah.
And then Church says, I would have broken your fingers. I deserved that. I should have gotten my fingers broken. I was a little prick, man.
Did
I
you at
was
least
like-
use the whole paper?
Oh, yeah. Man, we were the fucking giant. I was going to like a concert or something at the Phoenix Theater in Petaluma, which is near here. And so I like wanted to make a splash, you know, to be like the splash fucking dude on the scene. So I rolled up this giant fucking joint and went out fucking all like nonchalant, like. But the thing about it, that paper was so old that it just burned fucking all quick, man. It didn't even work right, shit, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, you know what, Church? If I would have stuck around, it would have been the death of me too. I used to always just fucking disappear for a couple of days at a time whenever I was in some deep shit and hope my dad got arrested in the meantime. Oh shit. So what else am I vaping on? Make it through this. I think that's it. How about you, my friend Tyler? What are you vaping on?
I got the Overlord mechanical mod.
Beautiful. You loving it?
Yeah, it's fucking awesome, dude. Constant contact switch. It's pretty badass. The switch is like this huge ass piece of fucking acrylic.
Oh wow.
Yep.
And then it's got the silver.
Nice.
So what makes contact is the this little lip right here.
Mm-hmm.
Makes contact with the outer ring of the whole mod.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it's badass, dude. It hits really fucking hard, and then I got strawberry vanilla custard emergency vape stash in there, and then I got the TS with the vanilla custard.
Nice.
So fucking Giz said his brother took the hinges off his door and made off with his entire plant. That's why you got to make sure your hinges are on the inside, people, on the inside. I was just did this at work the other day. I have a checkered history of breaking and entering, and so I had to, whenever there's something that gets locked away at like work or something, like Travis, come break into this fucking place. And so there was a time back in the day I used to work at this radio station, and I was getting high at the time. I was all fucked up, and I had left some paraphernalia in the booth, like you do like a radio show, like in the booth with the mics and the mixing board and all that shit, right? Mm-hmm. So on the mixing board, I had left some hard drug paraphernalia, and then I had like closed the booth door and locked it. I didn't have keys to the booth. I just locked it because I was the last person at night, and I would put music on, and then I would leave. I did like a show, but then like at the end of my show, I would just put like a CD, like a mixed CD that they would have playing overnight, right? I would get done about 4 a.m., which is perfect schedule for me at the time. And so I closed the door. I'm like checking all my pockets and shaking my backpack on. I'm like, oh, where's that drug paraphernalia? And I look through the window of the booth, and it's just literally sitting on the fucking mixer, dude. I have about an hour before the next person comes in to do the show, right? And so I'm like panicked, man. And I'm like trying to like fucking pick the lock and doing all this crazy shit. And then I noticed that whoever had put the door on had put the fucking hinges on the outside of the door. So all I had to do is just knock the fucking the pins out.
Yeah.
Fucking door off, get in there, get my shit, go back out, fucking put the pins back in. Boom, done.
Is that what you did?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Nice.
Highlight of my criminal life, man. It saved my ass. That gave me about another 2 weeks on the streets before I got locked up. Oh, yeah, but now to this day, I like to say there's not very many places on earth that you can keep me out of. So I'll find a fucking way in. All right, crafty little bastards. Yep, indeed.
Right. They're ruining our vape life.
Indeed. All right. So How's everybody doing? What's going on? How's your week? What are you guys doing this week? Got some work going on?
Work.
Yeah, we're slow. That means I got to work harder.
Ain't that about a bitch?
Yeah, I'm working overtime.
I put in, granted, I don't get paid by the hour, but I literally put in 70 hours in 5.5 days this week.
Damn. I wish I had that problem.
If I got paid by the hour.
I did like over 3,000 miles easily.
So you get paid by the load?
Yeah, I only moved like 50-something cars. But it was like, 3 stops on this one, 4 stops on this one, 2 stops on that one.
So you're not like a
300 miles to go get a load. Deadhead 400 miles to get a load.
You're not a long haul driver, are you?
Not really. I mean, I'm home every weekend.
Yeah.
I leave the house Monday. I get home usually Friday night, Saturday.
That's
usually
nice.
Saturday.
I would kill for some fucking overtime. My fucking work, if you work overtime, they want you to fucking take time off like the next day and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit, man.
It's, if I was to be like, no, I'm not going to take time off, they would pay me the overtime, but it's like really frowned upon to do, because we're a nonprofit, and so there's not like a ton of money available. And so they would never fight me on it. If I was like, hey, I worked overtime, they would just pay me the overtime, but they would probably say, hey, try not to fucking work overtime, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I would kill to have some overtime. Overtime for me, man, then I would really be making some fucking good money, dude. But
so this week I have to go to Ohio. They finally matched up. I've been wanting to get out of this truck that I'm in. Well, mostly the trailers. So it's just a pain in the ass. I mean, I can load it just fine. It takes me too long, and it's just, for me, it just doesn't work out the way, it's not what it should be. And there's a guy out in Ohio that hauls a lot of pickup trucks that this trailer would be perfect for. So I get a phone call Friday. It's like, hey, so-and-so wants that trailer, and he's got the one that you're looking for. You want to swap? I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I mean, the tractor itself, all that's the same as far as, he's got the, same transmission, same engine, same auxiliary power unit on it, the whole 9 yards. So everything else is basically identical. So we're going to go out to, so he's already out there in Ohio working. So I'm going to go out there to the shop, and we're going to swap out there sometime this week.
See, it's so weird to me because I think for me to go interstate, it's like a huge, California is fucking huge.
Oh yeah, it's massive.
I don't think people a lot of times people don't understand, but you're talking about I'm going to jump over to Ohio and shit. And, for me to jump over to the next state, it's like, man, that's a whole thing, dude.
Yeah, it's last summer I went to California, and it was only going Saturday. Friday night, I ended in Vegas. And I had to go to Southern California, drop off, and reload. And I wanted to get the fuck out of California before the end of the day because I didn't want to spend the weekend in California. I'd rather just spend it in Arizona. And it literally took me 14 hours to.
Oh, yeah.
It was close to, but I was running out of hours to begin with because I started the week and home and went all the way out there and pedaled my way out there and all that shit. So I'd eaten up a lot of clock.
It's funny because when I drove Maria from Florida to here, the whole fucking trip, drive across the country, it's a long fucking drive.
Oh yeah.
And Texas especially was this. We went along the fucking Panhandle and shit, along the Gulf Coast, and so the longest.
I-10, yeah, it's fucking over 1,000 miles.
Yeah, the longest amount you could ever be in Texas. And so we're in Texas for fucking ever. It felt like, and so then we buzzed through all the other states and shit. And we hit Southern California. And it was funny because Maria grew up in New Jersey, so to her, she's like, once you're in California, we're home, right? And I'm like, bitch, we got fucking 20 hours of driving left before we even get close to home. So, yeah, man, that's a fucking drive, dude. That is a drive. But you know what? I don't know. See, I would never want to do what you do for a living because I think that's fucking crazy to drive that much all the time.
I'd rather do it in a truck than a car, though. It's way more comfortable.
Yeah,
I drive an hour and a half in a car, and I'm ready to get the fuck out of the car. I could drive 14 hours in a truck, and I'm good to go.
It's built for that long.
Yeah.
That long fucking seat, you know what I mean? And it's a cool, being a trucker. I always thought my dad used to drive truck back in the day, and I love the whole culture behind it. Going to truck stops. It's cool.
To be, It sucks anymore though. It's not. It's nowhere near the same. You got a bunch of slobs in there that are way overweight. They're all wearing flip flops. They all haven't showered in 3 days. Wearing raggedy sweatpants and.
That's so true.
Just you go in there. I don't even sit in a restaurant most of the time. I'll get some fast food or I'll get something to go and go back out to the truck and go on Zoom and hang out with friends. I'm like, fuck that noise.
There's a lot of scummy fucking people in the business.
Dude, a lot.
I used to work for fucking Caltrans. It's like California Transportation Agency.
Mm-hmm.
And so and I used to do like we do like roadside cleanup, and we do like a lot of different shit. Like we took care of these rest stops and shit. We were subcontracting through Caltrans. And so we were at a really popular truck stop or a rest area, like where all the fucking big rigs came in. And every day a dude would fucking, like, on his way home, it was different people, but it was like always the same shit. Like, so guy would come in his truck, he would bring out a box, get to the bathroom, throw the box on the floor, and then walk off. And I was always like, what the fuck is that shit? So one day I went in there and took out this box. It's just porno, a fucking pocket pussy, and a bunch of fucking gross lube and shit. I'm just like, man. And so I remember fucking one day, I was in the bathroom cleaning or some shit, or just taking out the garbage or something. I can't remember. And a dude came in through the box and I'm like, hey, what the fuck? You know what I mean? What the fuck is the deal with this shit? And he's like, oh, I'm on my way home. And I'm like, so what the fuck? Take this shit with you. And he's like, no, I got an old lady, man. I don't fucking see all this porno and fucking jack off material and shit. And I'm like, well, I don't want it, dude. Fucking throw it in the trash.
Yeah, why wouldn't they just throw it in the fucking garbage?
In case somebody wants it. That's what he told me. Because in case someone else wants it.
Yeah, someone else wants to use your dirty pocket pussy.
You would think that would be crazy, okay? And it is. Except for one of the dudes I worked with was an ex-con. And he grabbed one of those fucking fifis. And he's like, I'm going to take it home and shit as a joke. And I'm like,
yeah, right.
Ain't nobody laughing, my friend, except for you.
Fuck.
There's been 2 times in my life that people said, I'm going to do this as a joke. Okay? And they're both times were like, yeah, right, motherfucker. So that was the first time where dude's like, oh, I'm going to take this pocket pussy home and I'm going to throw it in my sister-in-law's bed as a joke. And I'm like, only fucking thing you're throwing that is on your fucking dick, dude. But anyways, then we went camping with a bunch of friends one time. And one of the guys was Josh, the guy that I used to do the show with. And it was mostly his friends, but I was kind of getting to know him and shit, right? And we were at the bar, and we had been fucking partying. Like, this is like years ago. So we had done a little bit of blow, and we'd done some mushrooms, and we'd been fucking drinking all weekend. It was like the one weekend, it was like a fucking guy movie, like where you go party at Vegas or something, right? We were fucking
like The Hangover?
Yes, we were fucking partying. So we hit the bar, and it's this it's like this town that's kind of built around this river, and there's a lot of like kayaking and fucking whitewater rafting that goes on. So during this time of year, it's popping. Like the bars are fucking popping. There's like hundreds of people, lots of girls, lots of shit going on, a lot of fucking partying. And so we see this dude. Now I say it's a dude because it was a person dressed in a dress, but he was straight diesel, like giant fucking arms, shoulders like a fucking linebacker, 6'8", 350-pound giant, fucking giant, but got the blonde wig, got the dress on, not looking very feminine. I'm going to say, okay, like, look, might have been a she, but it was a dude dressed like a woman. You know what I mean? It's a transgender person. I don't know. I don't even know if it was a transgender person. I think it was just a dude who liked to dress up like a girl. Because this person wasn't trying to be feminine. He was like on the fucking dance floor, like fucking yoked. You know what I mean? I'm like scared of this motherfucker. Like, this motherfucker gets a shine into me. He could fucking take it from me. Like, I would have no fucking choice. So we're with this dude, and he had just gotten back in the country from Thailand. Now in Thailand, ladyboys are a real thing. Like that's like people go over there for that shit. So he's telling us all about his adventures with these ladyboys and all this shit, right? And he sees a homegirl, the diesel fucking homegirl, and he's like, let's go over and fucking and buy her a drink. And I'm like, I don't want to go buy her a drink. Dude, what the fuck are you talking about? He goes, let's go over and dance with her. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't fucking dance with her. I want to buy her a drink, dude. Like that, she could hurt me. I don't fucking fuck with that girl, dude. And he's like, let's go over and say we're gonna run a train on her as a joke.
Yeah, okay.
I'm like, man, that's fucking. Who's the punchline of that joke, dude? Like, we're the ones who are getting laughed at on that one, dude.
Wow.
Oh my god, dude. I'll never forget that shit, dude. It was so I was so fucked up, and I'm like holding down the bar. I'm like fucking can barely move, and this dude keeps going, Travis, go, let's go buy her a drink. And I'm like, I think at first I'm like, yeah, that's funny, dude. And he's like, no, seriously, man, let's go over and dance with her. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, she'll probably buy us drinks and shit. And I'm like, dude, I don't need her to buy me drinks. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? And he's like, let's go run a train on her as a joke. Man, if you ever see this, dude, I don't even remember your fucking name. If you ever see this, man, you're a fucking clown, dude. That shit was hilarious, dude. So we laughed about that shit for years, dude. Years. Oh my god. Every time we would fucking see like a transgender person or something, I'd be like, you know, let's go, man. As a joke. Awesome. So it's probably not the most politically correct story, but that really happened to me. And I'm not exaggerating. That person was fucking yoked. Pure muscle. A wall of muscle, dude. Scary. Straight scary. All right. What do we got going on here? So that story, the Dolo story hit Pippa right in the old funny bone, apparently. With all the barfy faces.
Yep.
All right. It's about 8 o'clock, so I think we're going to end it there with my politically incorrect transgender story. I really appreciate these guys coming on the show. Tyler, Daytime
Yeah,
Flight.
no problem, man.
Thanks so much. And until next week, I'll see you guys later. Have a great week. Try not to get in trouble. And see you then.
All right, guys.
Peace out, everybody.